Flush with the eventual success of bleeding the single front brake, it's time to move on to the link system, something I'm not looking forward to doing. Given the sorry state of the areas around the ports on both of the front calipers, it would be naive to progress without first checking the master cylinder and the distributor for the same issue. The port at the rear of the master is fine, just some light marks from the crush washer. I have to remove the distributor and check it on the bench. All surfaces look good, other than some light markings where I've had the connections in place. The last port here connects to the front caliper via a compression fitting, so isn't sealed via a crush washer. With the distributor back on the bike and all connections nipped up tight, including the inline connectors under the tank and on the swing arm, I add some rag around the reservoir and take the same approach for adding fluid as I did for the front right brake by pushing it up from the caliper with a large syringe, this time making sure that there are no air bubbles in the pipe. Once the fluid is visible at the reservoir, I continue to push more in until the air bubbles stop. The high point in the system is in the hose linking the front caliper to the distributor, so I'm really hoping that my use of the syringe will push all of the air out of that section. I do the same at the rear caliper, although this time we can see the air being pushed out ahead of the fluid. And again, I stop when the bubbles stop coming through. I do give a cheeky pump on the lever, but as expected, there's no back pressure. From here on, it is just a case of bleeding out the remaining air, the good old-fashioned way of pumping and holding the brake and then releasing the air at the nipple. I start with the rear caliper and then move to the front before going back to the rear, and then finishing off at the front when no air bubbles are coming through from either. Luckily, being a tall chap, I'm able to reach the lever and the bleed nipples at the same time, so no assistant is required. So that went far easier than what I was expecting. Having said that, I have no reference as to how much movement I should be getting at the lever, and I'm not really able to test the brakes other than a quick push down my short drive. To get a true feel, I do need the bike moving under its own power, and I suspect that will highlight that there's more air to be removed. I'll cross that bridge after I get the tank flushed and back on the bike. Thanks for watching.